my channel. I'm so glad you guys are still watching. And if you're new and this is your first time watching me, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned because I have a lot of fun videos coming up. Today for my second video, I definitely wanted to do something that needs to be done because I couldn't find this video when I was looking for experience videos and like advice for let's say it, the Greyhound. Okay, the Greyhound is, if you don't know, a transportation bus. Like it's like a bus to like get you wherever you need to go from like different states and stuff. And I want to do my experience with the Greyhound because it needs to be known for other people that watch this and want to know if it's a good idea to ride it. And I'm just going to tell you now, it's not. Do not ride the Greyhound. If you just want to watch the beginning of this and just know, do not ride that Greyhound. It's the last thing you should do. Pay the $800 for a plane ticket because the Greyhound is one of the worst experiences of my life. Okay, so let's just jump right into this story time. So me and one of my very good friends, we cheered together. We've been very good, like best friends. We decided like a week before spring break that we needed to go somewhere for spring break, and we decided Florida. It was like a week before spring break. So we were like, okay, let's go to Florida, just me and her. She's 18, I'm 17, so she could like put the name in her hotel and stuff, and both of our parents were okay with it. So we looked up plane tickets. Those were like $846, and we were like, we just couldn't afford that because we're like high school students. Like we did not have that much money unless we didn't want to eat in Florida. So we didn't get the plane ticket, and then we looked up train tickets, and those were like $400, almost $500, and we're like, oh, that's so pushing it. Like we wouldn't be able to have like as much fun as we wanted to, like money wise, in Florida. So we were like, oh, what else is there? And like we both couldn't take our cars because we both had like first cars, like they weren't like able to like make it to Florida and back, you know, like so we decided that we would take the bus. Like we've never heard like horrifying stories or anything, and both of our parents were like, oh, that's okay, because we've never heard anything like bad about the Greyhound. And like one of our other friends have taken it before, and they're like, oh yeah, it's okay, like it's fine, you get what you paid for, you know. And that ticket was like $200 round trip, like to Florida and back. So we're like, this is it, like we can do that. It can't be that bad if we're together, you know, like nothing that bad could happen. No, we were so wrong. That Greyhound, okay, let me just jump right into it because you guys need to know. Okay, so it was the morning of, we were going to Florida, and we were so excited. My mom took us to Lansing, which is about an hour and a half from my house. So we went to Lansing, and that's where the Greyhound station was. And my friend printed off her tickets at home, but my mom did a will call, which is where we pick it up at the station. I was like, that's better, so we don't have to like take care of the tickets, you know. So we get to the station in Lansing, and it's also a train station, like Amtrak. And when we get there, there's no one working the Greyhound. Like, no one's working the Greyhound station. So we freak out. We go to the train station. They're like, yeah, we don't know how to help you with that. So we're like, I'm like about to cry because like, what the heck? I don't have my tickets, you know. So after like an hour on hold, my mom gets a hold of the Greyhound, like customer service. And they tell her that I can get on the bus with my ID and with my confirmation number. So we're like, okay, that works. So we get to the bus station. The bus driver comes, and he's like, all right, getting everyone on the bus. He goes, where's your ticket? And I told him like what the lady said, and he goes, all right, well, don't think that's going to work for every bus station or something like that. Like he was a little bit rude, but it was fine because he let me on the bus. And then, so that was like panicking. I still didn't have my tickets though. And when I get on the bus, it's packed. Like me and my friend cannot sit by each other. I sit in the back by the bathroom, which I was told not to do because it's going to stink. And I sit by like a man that like I don't know, and he was just a little bit on the creepy side, but whatever, you know. So I'm sitting there, I'm just minding my own business. I only had to ride it for like 30 minutes, an hour tops, you know. And then like that guy gets up to go to the bathroom, and I see an empty seat. So I jump up to that empty seat, and like I'm sitting by like a teenage guy, so it's like better, you know. And then I get tapped on the shoulder on the bus, and like my friend like is way up on top of the bus, like in the front of the bus. And I get tapped on the shoulder, I turn around, it's like some dude. Like he's like in his 30s, like an adult, you know. and I'm 17, and he's like, what's your name? He types it on his phone. Like, he grabs his phone and he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, I just say Sydney, like, whatever. And then I turn back around, like, minding my own business. He taps me again, and he wants me to type my phone number into his phone. I'm like, oh my god. I said no. Like, I was like, haha, no. Like, are you crazy? So I said no, and, like, he, like, didn't bother me after that, which was good, because he was kind of, like, I was, like, scared after that. I just slept, and I was having the worst experience. So we finally get to Detroit, and they have, like, people giving out, like, you can get your tickets there. So I get in line to get my tickets. And, like, the employees were kind of rude about everything, like, telling me where to go and stuff. So, finally, I get my tickets, and then we had to wait, like, an hour. Like, we had, like, a layover, you know? Excuse me. So, we had a layover, and then we are like, okay, let's get on the bus. No, let's sit down. And then the bus, we, like, wanted to be, like, first in line for the bus so we could sit by each other. And then me and my friend finally are. And, like, okay, the tickets are, like, I wish I had one. They're, like, together, like, all stuck together, and the bus driver rips them off. But I ripped mine off because I didn't know. And they're like, we're first in line, like, and she goes, you need to go back to the front desk and get new tickets because we can't take these. And I was like, oh my god. So all the lady did when I ran back to the front desk was staple my tickets, like, no big deal. Like, the lady was so rude about it. And then me and my friend had to go to the end of the line, and we didn't get to sit by each other. And I was so upset because we didn't get to sit by each other, and we had to go from Detroit to Ohio, which is, like, 5-hour ride. And, like, I just wanted to cry. So we finally get on the bus, and we're driving there. It's, like, midnight or whatever, and, like, whatever. No, it wasn't midnight. It was about 8 o'clock at night. And then we get to Cleveland, Ohio, at around, like, 10 o'clock. And the bus that we had to get on, because, like, they're connecting buses, our connection bus left at 8:15. And we get in line 10:15, my bad. So we get in line, and it's, like, 10 o'clock, so we, like, waited 15 minutes, and, like, we started, like, talking to other people. They had kids and stuff, so that we were just playing with the kids. We were having, like, it was fine. Like, everyone there, like, riding the bus was super nice. And, then, like, it's, like, 10:15, and, like, we're still not on the bus, and we're like, maybe it's a little late, you know? And then, like, it's, like, 30 minutes after, and people, like, in my line start being like, hey, when are we leaving? And they're like, we'll get back to you as soon as we can, like, the workers. And then it's, like, an hour past the time we're supposed to leave, and we're like, when are we leaving? And then the manager comes, and, like, we see, like, everyone running around, like, the workers, and, like, they come up to us, and they're like, your bus driver's not here. What? What do you mean our bus driver's not here? Like, that's his job. Like, we need to get to, like, another spot so we can get to our connecting buses, because a bus will leave if we're not there, and, like, it's not our fault if the bus is late. So they're like, yeah, he's doing a no-call, no-show. I'm like, and, like, they're trying to find another bus driver. Like, the manager there in Cleveland was actually nice. Like, they were all trying to help us. They felt bad for us. But there was, like, little kids, and they were, like, sleeping on the floor, and, like, it was just really sad. And I was so tired and so hungry. So they gave us, like, these food vouchers, and the food there was, like, not even that good. And so let me tell you, the bus was supposed to leave at, like, probably, like, 10:30, okay? Or 10:15, like, around there. And we did not leave that station until 5 a.m. 5 a.m., like, what the? Like, what? Like, 5 a.m. And we were supposed to be, like, in Atlanta, Georgia, I think, at, like, or like, Tennessee. No, you're supposed to be in Tennessee by, like, 6 a.m., and then Atlanta, Georgia, and then be in Florida. Like, it was supposed to be, like, this quick thing. So we're, like, 7 hours behind schedule. So we had to, like, go and, like, get our buses reconnected and stuff, and we were, like, 7 hours behind. So then we finally get on this bus, and I fall right to sleep. I was like, whatever. And I'm, like, I wake up, and I'm, like, in Kentucky or something. And then we're in Tennessee finally, and that went fine. And then getting on the next bus went fine to going to Atlanta. Like, that was okay. The bus driver, like, sped so he could get us there on time. But me and my friend had to wait in Atlanta for, like, 2 hours in the Atlanta station. And if you guys know about the Atlanta bus station, it's not very safe, and it was, like, kind of, like, creepy. There was, like, people just sleeping. I don't know, it was just weird. Like, didn't feel very safe. But me and my friend just, like, we went outside and, like, went in the sun, because coming from Michigan, it's, like, freezing there. And then, like, Atlanta was, like, nice and, like, 80 and stuff. So we were, like, really excited about that. But, so we got excited, like, And then like the bus to Atlanta was supposed to leave at like 9 o'clock, I think. And so we get to Atlanta and we're waiting, and then we get in line so we can get like first in line so we can zip by each other. And like the bus was supposed to leave at like 9, and it didn't come till like 30 minutes after, so it was 30 minutes late. But me and my friend had like a connecting bus in Savannah that was going to get us to Florida, and if we missed that, we would have to wait like another 10 hours. So we were mad that the bus was late. It finally came, and like we got to Savannah fine, Savannah, Georgia, like on time. And then we went to Florida, right? That all went fine, like the end of it did. The only problem was we were like 10 hours behind schedule, you know, like so we missed like almost like half a day in Florida. So that really sucked, and the workers were rude. Like the workers are seriously rude. Like they do not care about their job or something. Like so yeah, we had to wait forever in Cleveland, which was just terrible. We finally get in Florida, and like we get picked up, and we smell so bad because that bus is just disgusting. Like do not ride that bus. Oh my god. Anyway, so Florida was great. Me and my best friend had a great time in Florida, you know. So let's talk about the way back. So on the way back, me and my friend were already dreading getting back on that bus, you know. And on the way back, all that was supposed to happen was we were supposed to get on a bus in Daytona, Florida, where we were staying, and then that bus would take us to Jacksonville, Florida. And then we would transfer onto a different bus. And then that bus from Jackson, was supposed to take us all the way to Detroit. Like no problem at all. Like we would just stay on that bus the whole time. So we get on the bus in Daytona. It stinks. Oh my god. It smelled like there was a dead body and rats or something on that bus. It was disgusting. I couldn't breathe. I was like this the whole time. It was terrible. And me and my friend had to not sit with each other. The bus was cramped. I was like this. Oh my god. And by the way, the Wi-Fi does not work on any bus. Not one time did the Wi-Fi work. So, and sometimes the outlets didn't work or you didn't have an outlet. So they're lying if they tell you that there was Wi-Fi. No. Sorry, I just thought about that. But no Wi-Fi and no outlets sometimes. And sometimes the outlets don't work. But sometimes there are there and they're working. So, but no Wi-Fi, which was terrible for a 38-hour bus ride. Sorry, I'm getting mad now. Anyway. The bus stinks, and we finally get to Jacksonville, and when me and my friend get on that bus to Jacksonville, it's so nice because the seats were actually, like, nicer, and, like, it was just a better atmosphere, you know? So, like, it's, like, a newer bus, so we're like, oh, this is nice. Like, we're like, okay, we can stay on this bus all the way to Detroit, and then my mom was going to pick me up and my friend up in Detroit, you know? Or no, her boyfriend was going to pick her up, but irrelevant. So we're like, oh, okay. And then we get to North Carolina, because, like, the bus drivers have to switch, though, you know? Instead of, like, the bus, like, we don't switch buses, but the bus drivers switch because they can't drive that long. So they switch to North Carolina, and we get in North Carolina, and, we're waiting in line. Oh, my God, this is so bad. We're waiting in line, and it's, like, an hour past the time we're supposed to leave. Like, it's the same thing that happened in Cleveland. And we're like, where is the person? And we hear someone go, the bus driver didn't show up. Yeah, the bus driver didn't show up to work again. Like, again. Are you kidding me? So, we had, like, maybe, like, 3 hours in North Carolina that we had to wait. I can't even remember, but, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, like, 3 hours, like, a layover before we got another bus driver. And I just wanted to, like, cry. Like, I was so ticked off. And the company did not care. Like, we were not getting a refund. Finally, we go to... A bus driver comes, whatever, after 3 hours. So, like, we already missed, like, connecting buses. Like, we already missed, like, a bunch of stuff. So, we get on the bus, we leave, and we're driving, and, like, everything's all fine and stuff, except for, like, by the way, the people on my bus were, like, throwing trash at my bus driver, which was scary because the guy was getting really mad, and that was just bad. Anyway, we're driving to... I think we're going to Ohio, and then we're supposed to switch bus drivers in Ohio or something. And when we get to, no, it wasn't Ohio. We, like, switched somewhere. I don't even know. I think it was Virginia, actually. Maybe. That may be wrong. But we went somewhere else, and when we get there, the bus driver comes down and was like, hey, if you guys are going to Detroit, Michigan, you need to go inside and refurnish your tickets, like, change our tickets. And we're like, why? Like, we're supposed to why aren't you just going to take us to Detroit? So, like, whatever. We go inside and do that. And then it says, like, when we get our tickets, we get on this different bus, which we weren't supposed to do. And the bus isn't even, like, by Greyhound. It's, like, a different, like, bus. So we're like, this isn't even a Greyhound bus. So we're all kind of confused. But everyone's ticket says they have, like, a no layover. But me and my friend and another 2 girls had, like, a 14-hour layover in Ohio. Because we were going to, our tickets were supposed to take us to Lansing. So, yeah, that was a hot mess. So, 14 hours, they wanted us to sit in Ohio for 14 hours. Which is like a whole nother day. Like, we were supposed to, like, spend the night in a bus station is what they wanted us to do. Which was ridiculous, because what the, no, like, no. And so, like, that's when I break down. Like, I don't cry, and I cried. And I was crying, my friend was crying. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, she was, like, talking to me the whole time I had a bad experience. So, I call her, like, they want us to wait 14 hours in Ohio. Like, I'm ticked off at that point. And she knows I'm crying, I'm tired, I'm like, don't feel good. I was starting to get sick. I had sun poisoning. It was just really bad. So she is like, luckily she was in Ann Arbor, which is like, I guess 3 hours from Akron, Ohio. And Akron, Ohio is where, like, we were supposed to have 14-hour layover. So my mom says that she'll come and get my friend, me and my friend, which I, like, started crying because of tears of happiness, because my mom was going to come get us. And, like, I just felt bad because she had to drive all the way to Ohio to come get me because, like, I was not about to sleep in that scary bus station. So, finally, my mom, we get to Ohio. And I feel bad because everyone on that bus missed their connecting bus to Detroit. So, they all had to be delayed anyway. And, like, everyone was just so ticked off at Greyhound. Like, everyone on my bus, like, hates Greyhound. I knew that. And, like, so then finally I get off that bus and, like, I start crying tears of happiness. I run to my mom. I'm like, thank you. I stink. I have sun poisoning. My face is peeling. It was just like, Greyhound was the worst time of my life. Like, it was the worst thing you could ever do. Don't ever let your kids on there. Don't let anyone on there. Like, it wasn't very, like, unsafe. It was, like, it was safe. I'll give you them that. Like, nothing, like, creepy happened or nothing. But I was being, like the bus driver, like, I was, like, sleeping in bus stations at 17 and stuff. It was just really bad. So just don't let your kids on that bus. Don't think it's a good idea. I mean, you do. I mean, it is very cheap compared to, like, other things. But, like, I don't know. I think it's worth the $800 to get a plane ticket or the $400 for the train. Like, pay the money or save up now, because do not ride that bus. It is so bad. And the workers don't care. My mom tried to call for a refund. No, they had her on hold. They had her, like, they're like, well, we don't know what to do. But, like, they didn't even know. They were not going to give her a refund. So we just gave up on that. We didn't get a refund or anything, but it was bad. Do not get on that bus at all. But, yeah, that's my Greyhound experience. And, yeah, my advice to you is do not ride that bus. So, yeah, that's my story time with Greyhounds. Yeah, so if you're trying to go somewhere, pay the $800 because, yeah. So, yes, thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment if you have any questions about Greyhound or anything like that. I mean, if the workers were great and everything, it'd be okay. Like, you do pay for what you get, but the workers should have been on time. That's what I'm saying. Because I had, like, layovers on layovers. But, yeah. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And stay tuned for Monday, because I will be posting a video. I'm not sure what it will be yet, but it will be something very fun and exciting, and I hope you guys like this. Thank you.